Hi, I'm Dan, and if you're new to homebrewing, so am I. Welcome to my adventures in homebrewing.
This is the Brewtubers Online Brewers Club 2022 Hops Experiment, Hoppy Blonde Ale. Thanks to our sponsors: Imperial Yeast, Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store, Brewers Hardware, 5 Star Chemicals, and Yakima Valley Hops. Get brewing.
Hey everybody, it's Dan, and it's that time once more to go around the world one more time and have a beer or two along the way. Thanks a lot for coming out. I'm doing episode number 5 now for the Brewtubers 2022 Hop Experiment with support from Yakima Valley Hops and also Imperial Yeast. So I've done a bunch of reviews for the guys who were in this with me, and you've seen my friends come along a little way for help and all that. It is an extremely wintry day here in Canada. We've got probably about 3 to 4 feet of snow right now, which is pretty unbelievable to have in just like one day. So yay me. In order to take the edge off of the amount of snow that is having to be removed from my driveway, I figured I would go ahead and have a beer by Brewmaster Jerry. Jerry is one of the guys in my homebrew club called the Brewtubers. We're an online homebrew club, and what we did this time around is with help from Yakima Valley. What they did was they supplied all the hops and some new hop products for us to try and review. And this time around, we're using Incognito Citra. So what Incognito is, it's like a hop extract or almost like a hop molasses. So you actually do have to warm it up to get it to pour into your actual kettle to use. And you don't need to use as much as you would for hops. So you really do have to think about how much you actually have to measure out and everything else like that. So like Citra, it's got really good citrusy notes to it, nice kind of hot bitter to it. And we all made the same beer. So we all made the same kind of blonde ale. And yeah, so I'm very curious to see how this compares to the T90 hops that I tasted from one of the other guys' beer. So just so you know, there's Jerry's beer, Hopmaster Jerry, or Beermaster Jerry. Let's give it a go. Well, good sound. So here we go. Woo! Well, it's got good head retention so far. So as you can see, nice head retention. Really, you can't see too well because I'm in my office, so the lighting's not the greatest, but trust me when I say it's got a really nice color to it. Yeah. Really good citrus notes to it. It's not as predominant as a T90. I would have thought it would be a little bit more predominant in the aroma, just due to the fact of how concentrated it is. That's extremely light. So Jerry's beer came out around 4.73%, which has been about the average for a lot of the beers. Some of them have been up in the 5.5 range, which personally that's what I like. But these other ones have been pretty light. And so far, Jerry has got a really good head retention. I will admit it's an extremely crushable beer. I'm used to blonde beers being a little bit more not a little bit more robust in just in the flavor itself. Yeah, this is quite interesting. Definitely very mild aroma. I'm quite shocked. It's very light in the flavor. It's almost got kind of a creamy kind of taste to it, almost like if it was like a cream ale, or if they used oats or something in it to give it a well-rounded flavor. Not very bitter at all. not what you would expect for something like Citra or even like the other hop that we use, Mosaic. You'd think there would be a big bang of that little bit of piney bitterness on the back end, but there's not. This is actually quite nice. Really good carb on it. I don't know. It's got a beautiful color to it. I wish I could, I wish, whoops, bring it this way to the light a bit more. There we go. I wish I could show it better for you guys for the lighting, but it's hard to show. But it's got nice head retention. It's got some nice lacing there. The bitter does happen just on the back end. I almost think it might be just due to the fact that the style of the hop product that we used for, at least with the Incognito. I would have thought the hop extract would have given a more of a bang of either aroma or flavor. And I think maybe a way to achieve that is maybe to use a little bit more than what your normal recipe would say, especially if you're using like a hop extract. It's definitely a solid beer. I definitely give it a solid 8 out of 10 on it, just due to the fact that this is not against you, Jerry. I just kind of think that it may be a little thin, and that's what I've said up for a lot of the beers that have been in the 4.5 range, is that I found they tasted a little thin. Nothing against the person who made them. They made a fantastic beer. I'm just used to a beer being a little bit more on the robust side. I would have thought maybe there'd be a little bit more a malt flavor coming through on this beer, a little bit more citrus, maybe even some grapefruit, stone fruit aromas coming out of it. It's very muted, very, very light, but definitely a great summer beer to have. And yeah, so cheers to you. And thanks a lot, guys. I'm Dan, and I'll see you on the other side.